All right, so I want to talk about something that I know I've touched on before, but honestly, it's even more important right now with the way the market is shifting. We are seeing more listings on the market than we've seen in a very long time. And what that means is pretty simple. Buyers, they have options again. Now, a few years ago, someone would go onto Zillow or Realtor.com, or we'd even pull something up in the MLS, and maybe there were 5 to 10 homes to look at. Well, now it's a little bit different. They're seeing 20, 30, sometimes 40 or more homes that all kind of fit into what they're looking for. And when that happens, buyers start doing what I call whittling things down. They start using filters, they start narrowing their search. And this is where a lot of sellers and honestly a lot of agents make mistakes. So listen closely. First thing, your MLS data. Every single field matters. It's not as easy as just, filling in the blanks that matter that are automatically required, even the ones that seem obvious. For example, if you have a single story home, a lot of people won't check that box. It says primary suite on the first floor because where else would it be, right? I mean, that makes sense, but the computer doesn't look at it that way. The system, it just doesn't think like that. If a buyer filters for primary suite on the first floor and that box isn't checked, guess what? Your house doesn't show up in the search results, even though it might be a perfect match. So the details matter more than ever right now. But the main thing I want to talk about today is pricing. I don't mean where you put the price as far as value, but I mean, I still see agent pricing on what I call on the 9. So you'll see things like $324.99, $499, $999, things like that. And they used to work really well in print marketing, but we don't live in a print world anymore. We live in an online search world. Let me explain exactly why that matters. If a buyer's searching between $300,000 and $325,000 and your home is priced at $324,999, you show up. That's awesome. That's great. But what about the buyers that are searching between $325,000 and $350,000? They disappear completely by $1. Can you imagine that? And that buyer might have loved your home. It might have been the perfect fit for them, but they never saw it because it didn't show up in the results. And here's the reality. There is nobody sitting out there saying, I would buy that house for $324,999, but I refuse to pay $325, $1. That's not how people think. If they like the home, they'll make an offer. They'll negotiate. That's normal, folks. But if they don't see it, you don't even get the opportunity, you understand? By $1. So when someone says, well, it just looks better at $324,999. No. It looks better if people actually see it. That's the goal. Not just to put it on the MLS, but to have people see it. Maximum exposure. So for me, I would never price something as well at $326. I'd price it at $325, and I'd make sure I show it. It shows up in as many searches as possible. You get them coming up and going down. Because in today's market, visibility is everything. So if you're thinking about selling, or even if your home is already on the market and you're not getting the traffic you expected, you might want to look at the pricing. This is something you really need to take a hard look at, folks. It's very simple and it's just math. But as always, if you've got questions or you want me to walk you through this with you, I'm happy to help. And remember, when you hire David Dorman, you get David Dorman. Make it a great day.